Hey guys, and welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We have the grand final series here of Nicesir's 1v1 random only tournament. We have two players in this series, best of 7. Two players you probably weren't expecting, or at least one of them anyway. First map tournament, Highland, seems to be incredibly popular in this tournament. I'm not sure if it was a starting map or what the deal was, but on the left hand side, playing as a screen faction, we have the workaround Alibaster. He's back after his fresh demolition of Dimmy. He has dealt a screen faction. It's going to be Traveler because he's got a stasis chamber down. No reason to have that down unless you are Traveler. On the right hand side, the Russian. It's going to be Futurama Russian, not the Russian we expected to see here, but Futurama Russian definitely has the ability to take this event. He's been dealt with Zocom. What's happening down there? I think he's spotted those guys. If he gets into the garrison, I mean, he's just going to bail off this area. Futurama Russian, of course, defeated Ladun. Ladun actually very interesting. He seems to be quite good, and I may be casting the third place game as well. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it's probably going to be already on my channel by now, because if I do cast it, I'll almost certainly upload it first, or maybe second. I don't know. See how that goes. But the third place playoff, of course, will be between Dimitri and Ladun, and it was played, so see if I have time for that one. But of course, Futurama is fully aware that these disintegrators are here. This is a random mirror, of course. It is a random tournament, which is why you see a vast array of different matchups. Probably why the tournament results have gone a bit askew, because, yeah, those random mirrors definitely can shake things up quite a bit. So, yeah, definitely a very fun type of tournament. Just remember there's a $300 cash prize, which is divvied up between first, second, third, and some random prizes. So, if you want to know more about that, you can see the link in the description for the tournament announcement. I can't remember who gets what, but first prize is definitely nice. So this squad here going to get overrun. Looks like Futurama not too stressed about this right now. Harvest going for the blue Tiberium field. He's got to be careful about that. There's actually an APC I was going to say, because if he sends it out there by itself, did he not get fast legs? I've just been sitting here realizing he had a stasis chamber. Oh my god, he must have cancelled it. Oh man, just when I thought he was going to be Soldier Ant, Worker Ant, and those disintegrators can't escape now. The APC just guns them down, and Futurama's probably sitting there, because he would have selected them for sure and go, hang on a second, he's got advanced articulators, but he didn't, well, he's got it on the upgrade pipe. Look at that, he's going to go for the other blue tib field. Futurama Russian, what a greedy, filthy Russian he's being. He's going for both Tiberium fields, and he's going to take all the blue Tiberium. Of course, sending two harvesters out will delay his economy, because, you know, those two harvesters, it's going to take a long time for them to come back. That just leaves 3 harvesters refining, so it will slow him down temporarily, but he's going to take all the blue Tiberium. Oh no, he's not getting that one. And he doesn't even bother with the reverse move. He reverse moves a bit, but he's like, oh, I can't get away. So that's going to be the end of those ones. So it looks like Worker Ant did go back. He's only got 1 ref expansion, so crazy stuff coming out here to get his advanced legs up. And this is somewhat thrown Futurama off. He's going to start the reverse move here. Oh, I don't think it was necessary to bail out the Rifleman squad just yet. He could mind bomb. He's not going to do that. Nah, he could have reverse moved more without de-garrisoning these guys here. He can de-garrison them right at the last moment. That would have been better. He actually almost gets all the squads, so 1 squad remaining, does have a veterancy, full squad, should be able to finish that off. Is Futurama Russian going to do anything about that? Nothing coming out of the war factory just yet, whatever it is stalled. What's happening up here? Some pit bulls actually, did not spot that. Attacking the harvesters, I don't think they're going to get a harvester. They're trying to focus this one down. It's running around the war factory. It's just gun walkers. I mean, they're going to take a while to kill those pit bulls, and he may get that actually. Oh my god, if he gets this, this is going to make up for the loss of the blue tib harvester. Just 2 more shots, I reckon, and it's his. He should be able to secure this one. Oh my god, he just can't quite DPS that down. What are you doing, Futurama Russian? Oh my god. Oh, he gets it just, and just as well, because he just lost a pit bull. He would not have been able to focus that down any longer. So he will score 1 back. His second spike is under attack now. He did lose the first one. Rifleman squad responding to that one. We have 2 APCs now moving towards the north side to try to take out that squad. They'll be able to get that squad, no worries. He's not going to be able to get that. Workaround, I think, senses that something's coming, so he's just going to pull his squad back. He might be able to overrun that. I don't think he can actually, no, not with just 1 squad. I think the Rifleman squad will emerge victorious there. We have double ref down here for Futurama Russian. AP ammo is on the way, because you're against Traveler 59. You kind of need AP ammo. Second war factory comes down now. We're going to have a 2 war factory build from Futurama Russian. Can't say I blame him. Double war factory is strong versus Traveler, just because you got to remember Traveler doesn't have any tanks. They got no tanky units. Even if they rush tripod, which they're never going to do, their tripods aren't particularly powerful. No shields, and of course Zocom's just going to spam out infantry. The Hexapod, of course, is its most meatiest unit, and that's usually what they rely on. Of course, they do have Colters for area mine control, but if you spam out tons of infantry, not terribly effective. We got shock troopers coming out for Worker Ant now, and he's going for the upgrade, which means he wants to commit to these shock troopers now. Futurama Russian did scout that, so he's fully aware of it. AP ammo is done, just getting attacked over there. Trying to take more blue Tiberium. There's some squads moving through here as well. APCs are chasing them. Futurama Russian has split pretty well. There's actually lost an APC there, trying to push that Gunwalker back. Shock troopers now coming out. We have double plasma missile battery. He's already starting to put up these plasma missile batteries. There's one here as well. Is he worried about aircraft? Yeah, there is aircraft coming, but it's not going to be Firehawks. It will be Hammerheads. AP ammo is done. There's a tech center. He's aware that that's there now because he's just be able to walk straight through the front door. What's happening over there? Battle markers. It's just random stuff. Nothing actually serious is happening. Pitbull will spot those, destroy them. It's really, yeah, just not a lot happening. It's not very coordinated. They're all spread out a little bit here. He's going to find these disintegrator squads. They're not going to be able to do too much with these hammerheads prowling around. They're just going to rip them apart. Battle marker over here. We have APC now going to get completely overrun. He's got to be careful. More APCs coming out. APCs, once they get here, they can try to gun these guys down. This is going to be pretty tight. I think he should be able to overrun these shock troopers. Yeah, shock troopers, unfortunately, will melt once the AP ammo starts coming out. I mean, as long as you've got enough of it, of course. And he will actually move through and be victorious there. Worker ants, drone ship now under attack. I'm not sure he's going to be able to save this. He may have to lift and phase, but I don't believe he has a tech center yet. We have plasma missile battery come down. That's going to force these guys away. Some Cultist squads are here. Needs to start taking these guys, but the Hammerhead has got his eyes on those. He's going to gun them down straight away. He takes that Predator tank, takes it straight back, and instantly just snipes those ones down. Those Hammerheads, they have a lot of hit points on them once they have the ceramic armor going. He will drop the drone platform. 2 plasma missile batteries, not enough to prevent that. And look at that, Worker Ant just surrendered because he doesn't have a gravity stabilizer. And yeah, he's in a really bad position right there. So that was unfortunate for Worker Ant there, cancelling. I believe he almost certainly would have accidentally cancelled his advanced articulate at the start of the game. And Futurama Russian just started building. You look at our resources there. I mean, it was the writing was on the wall. He made a mistake in his open, and Futurama Russian handled it well enough to cause it to skyrocket. So an early lead for Futurama Russian. It's a best of 7. So we're going to see a series. He has to win 3 more games, of course, Futurama. So plenty of time for Worker Ant, but that's a nice start to the series to Futurama Russian. Not much more I can say about that game. We'll move on to game number 2 coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 2 in this best of 7 series, the grand final of Nicesir's tournament, 1v1 random only. We have Futurama 1-0 up in the series, which means Worker Ant got to choose the map, and he has chosen Tiberium Rift. So very popular map, this one here, take on Tiberium Rift. But of course it doesn't have that contested field, so on the bottom right hand side, playing as a Scrin faction once again, it's going to be the Worker Ant. So he's dealt a Scrin faction once again. What have we got? It's not Traveler this time, could be Reaper or Scrin Vanilla. And Futurama Russian has also dealt a Scrin faction on the left hand side here. He's got some units in the middle. What are these? It's just buzzers. We don't know what faction he is, so we have 2 Scrin factions out for a Scrin Mirror in this matchup here. Unfortunately, didn't see what he's got there. He's either Traveler or Scrin Vanilla. We have Reaper 17 for Worker Ant. Hopefully Futurama Russian is not Traveler, because Traveler, of course, in the 1v1 is one of the matchups where I think it's really hard. It's really hard for Reaper to win that matchup. So what is he going to be? He's going to be Scrin Vanilla. So this is actually going to turn the table, because I think Reaper 17 versus Scrin Vanilla. Reaper 17 has the heavier hitting units, the cheaper heavier hitting units, whereas Scrin Vanilla's got it's a little bit of Trav, a little bit of Reaper, but not specializing either or. I think Reaper does have a slight edge in this series here. Of course, Scrin Vanilla has a mastermind. You know, you've got obviously Devastator warships, things like that. So there's a few extra tools at your disposal. But if it comes down to a tripod war, that's something that Futurama Russian's going to want to avoid, because of course his tripods simply are nowhere near as good as that of what Worker Ant has. And Worker Ant has the cheapest shield ability as well. He can charge his tripods. Once you get conversion reserves, you can hold so much charge. So I think Futurama Russian might want to consider doing some type of attack before it gets down to that area, and not let it go into a hardcore eco game. Scrin forces, of course, can get lots of Tiberium because their harvesters will refine slightly faster. And of course, they can call in free Tiberium, so that's another advantage of being the Scrin faction. I think that was intended by design as well, because they are, of course, Tiberium-based faction. Worker Ant just expanding. Got a Shard Walker coming out, so he's going to be able to dispatch that, not that Rifleman squad, sorry, that Buzzer Swarm. Did anyone make a move for that? Seeker tanks coming here from Futurama Russian. No, we don't have... Oh, look at that. He did start to send a Harvester, and then he changed his mind, so I'm not sure how far he got, because Harvesters Screen harvesters float and they don't leave tracks, so we can't actually see how far he drove off to that, but he definitely decided to turn around for whatever reason. Maybe he spotted there was something there. Buzzers just facing off against other buzzers. Gunwalker coming now to clean it up. May want to take the garrison or just vacate. He's going to move up, but I think Worker Ants has, not Worker Ant, Futurama Russian's got him teed in, and he will be able to take that down. Battle markers over here. Futurama Russian just going to knock off another scout, so leaving Worker in the dark. Worker has some forces, of course. Those shard walkers are quite good, even against seeker tanks. Of course, they can take a fair bit of damage. They deal a fair bit of damage. He's just going to try to meander around. Now, he does know they're there, but I don't think he's realized they've looped back around. He's going to secure the blue Tiberium field. No harvester on its way just yet. Scout comes through. We have a dev tank here. Tier 2 is down. I think we're going to see a push here from Worker, and I think he's the one that wants to do the push because he's got the Seeker Shard Walker here. He's heading for the expansion. Look at that. We have a few Seeker tanks here. He might want to get a portal down with perhaps a photon cannon, but he's got his own Tier 2. Maybe he can drop a lightning spike and hold this himself. Worker Ant just having a quick peek, realizing there is quite a few Seeker tanks there. He will commit. That is Worker Ant spike, and look at that. Oh, he's going to block that with the War Factory. Loses 2 Seekers straight away, so that's not good. I think Worker Ant might want, if he's going to commit, he needs to move in. Actually gets the 3rd Seeker tank there. Will start to lose some of his own now. Not going to call in the drones, and it's just going to be a trade here. So Seekers for Seekers. Just a little bit of a skirmish there, just to kind of feel each other out. The repairs there helping on top of that War Factory. We'll get one more. Dev tank comes out. That's going to be the end of that one there. No charge on it, but the weapon is powerful enough to scare these guys away. Enough armor on the Dev tanks to convince him to leave. And that spike is still going. Unlikely to get a harvester kill because the harvester will repair while it's on the ground there. These Seeker tanks now being pushed back. Dev tank has charge. He actually pulls a harvester, so there you go. So at least you got him to pull a harvester, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's immediately going to get that back to work, and the Dev tank is going to dispatch that lightning spike. So what is Worker Ant do? Oh my god, he went for a tech center. He's got all these mecha heads. He only just put a ref down. He's got a Dev tank here. Look, this one Dev tank should be able to take care. Maybe, oh my god, he gets overrun by 3 Seeker tanks. He split his fire. He's got 2 almost dead Seekers. If he just managed the firing better, he could have easily killed all 3, but now he's actually in trouble. Battle marker over here, we can see he's spotted the Storm Riders, but again, against mechas, he could put a few disc segments in there, he'd be fine. Has to put down the portal, he's got no choice. These harvesters getting shot up. I don't think he's going to be able to get a harvester. I don't think that was necessary to put the phase field on there. He can defend this out, not a problem. We have extra harvesters here as well. A few Storm Riders coming out, Dev tanks for defense. Interesting strategies by these guys here. Unfortunately, not actually targeting the Seeker tank there. I'm not sure what Worker Ant's doing. He's obviously microing. Yeah, these down here. Oh, he's fighting into Dev tanks. That's not a good idea. These Dev tanks can fire on the head. If Futurama Russian is, although Futurama Russian having a bit of trouble there, firing on the head, only gets 2 Mechapedes before it gets overrun. If he had better control there, he would have been okay. He's actually going to be able to destroy these Storm Riders with these mechas. All the Storm Riders are not going to be effective at all. More Dev tanks coming now, but again, he could have probably done a better job of that if he'd focused the head. Still not focusing the head there, unfortunately, firing at mecha segments, using his charge ability on those, and Worker Ant's going to come in, and the phase comes down. He's not going to get that harvester, but he's still not targeting the head of the mechas here. He's moving now. He needs to target the heads there. He's losing one harvester down. He does get a mecha. He needs to hurry up and get rid of the rest of these mechas here. He's going to try to pull this harvester now. He could have pulled that a little bit sooner. Will get another mecha, but loses another one of his mechapedes here. He's going for mechas of his own here, so this is interesting. These Dev tanks are going to scare this off, but yeah, he had like 4 Dev tanks there. He could have easily, in his first 2 volleys, got 2 of the mechas and then followed up. Unfortunately, it is hard, obviously, to target the head when they're moving around at 5,000 kilometers an hour. This is going to buy Worker Ant some time to get a second ref down, and the game is going to continue. So this game will continue. We can see Futurama Russian going to take that blue Tiberium field. It's his turn to attack now because obviously Worker Ant had to put down some economy. He does have 3 mechas here. They're not fully grown, maybe having some trouble just getting some extra money. They're growing them now. So it's going to be mecha versus mecha. Unusual, would have thought. I mean, the tripods, they've got to come out soon. It's almost going to be tripod time. I mean, they've done some little bit of shenanigans here and there, but no upgrades coming down. So there's really no plan to do tripods here. I think it's going to be hardcore mecha, and you can see this happen. We've seen it happen before where you just spam nothing but endless mechas. And it's going to come down to who can target them better. And Worker Ant instantly snipes one down. Futurama Russian is already on the retreat now. He will actually get one in return. That was really lucky. I think he's going to lose another one, though. So 2 versus 1 here. So all 2 Dev tanks now coming up with charge. Again, you pump that Dev tank into the face of the mecha, and you can kill them blindingly quickly. So you got to be careful about that. That is a good counter that Scrin can use if they don't have tripods and things like that. Straight on the head right now. He gets one headshot, but the other one is not targeting. It's targeting a body segment, and it continues to target body segments, and he's bum rushed them and overrun them. The thing about Futurama, he's getting jumped while he's not looking. He's almost certainly getting jumped while he's not looking, because you can see his dev tanks are just doing a general attack. They're just attacking of their own free will. He's not actually focusing them. More mechas coming down now. Does have the stasis chamber to use his stasis ability. Work around. Looks like he's made a move for the next base over here. Gonna start going for a refinery. That harvester, I don't believe he has phase on cooldown, so I don't think he's gonna be able to save that if Workaround turns around. But there is gonna be an engagement here. Oh, he uses the stasis. One mecha goes down straight away. Again, not targeting the head there from Workaround. There. Oh, look at that double kill there. Oh, it is fast and furious now. Gets another one. I think he's gonna be able to finish these guys off. You can see he's trying to focus now, and that mechapede almost certainly will be destroyed. Yeah, it's gonna go down. The stasis holds, I believe, 3 mechas there as well. Battle marker over here. What's that? It's just a buzzer swarm, nothing serious. We'll overrun that spike. All of a sudden, Workaround's numbers are now down to 3. Although, having said that, Futurama's only got 4. Does save his blue tib harvester. Is going to get blue Tiberium. That's beneficial for him now. We can see the mechas now moving into this area. What's he got planned? What's he going to come out of there? Does he have a storm column ready? Perhaps he's almost got a storm column done, I think. He's going to start losing power plants, so he's going to be careful he can actually power that up. Meanwhile, double gravity. This is interesting because he's got mechas. It's so easy to switch those mechas to disc mecha. He's going to take out more of the power grid here as well. Does he have a ref down there? Another mechapede is coming along here, but he spots the storm rise, and and there's actually a storm column there, so he knows he can just grow some disc mechas. Disc mech is obviously extremely powerful anti-aircraft. Tripod comes down now, tries to take a swing at that one there. Meanwhile, Tripod will push these guys away. We can see some Seeker tanks, which were left up the top by Futurama, get taken down. He's actually starting to snipe these mecha heads down. I mean, the mechas, the thing is, these mechas are fully grown, and they get completely destroyed. If a mecha is completely fully grown, I mean, you can't put disc segments on it, but Master is like, oh, just force fire them. It's not, you got enough things to micro, let alone crap like that. Just build an extra mecha and start putting the disc segments down on it. Tripod's now responding to the bottom field. Does he have, no, he doesn't have force field generators, not even on the cards. Ref will come down. Sometimes the storm column will stop you from placing structures down, so you've got to power the storm column down because it's got an ion storm which causes problems. Plasma missile battery there. He's trying to get that mecha gets sniped down before it's able to really get anything done. You don't want to fly around these plasma missile batteries because of course they will start to have an effect. Doesn't quite get that last one there. Those guys are pretty badly damaged. Storm Riders obviously give you great map presence, and they are good against things like tripods, but it's pretty easy to defend against them once you've got some AA down. Look at that. There's actually a Reaper tripod here. Takes out the power plant, uses the phase field. Going to be backing off. Oh, the storm column. Sorry, the storm riders are coming in, but they're pretty badly damaged. And I mean, oh, he's actually having trouble with his power grid. I don't think he's going to get that. He does manage to snipe that harvester down, but more harvesters are coming. And he's going to be able to destroy the rest of these forces. Workaround's doing something over here. We have mechapedes running through the base, and there are some tripods here trying to spawn. He's splitting himself up quite a bit. He's trying to chase these harvesters down. Both those harvesters heavily damaged. Nothing's going to be able to respond to that. Reaper tripod does run through. This is a really messy game. This is reminiscent of the Worker versus Dimitri series, where they're just doing a lot of haphazard, messy attacks, and I think he will be able to take down that last mechapede. He's going to get another harvester kill, and he's going to be running short, I think, on. I mean, he's got to be running out of harvesters by now. I think Futurama's just in a bit of trouble because of that. Like, he's got 2 harvesters there. This harvester, I don't think he can save that harvester. He's going to try to respond to it now. There's a Reaper tripod there. He will get that though. Gets the harvester, and then he's just going to leave because I mean, there's no point just getting that mecha snipe. Mechapedes are expensive. You can't just let them get. You can't just throw them away. You know, the head is $1,600, and then, or is it $1,400? I should really know this. Yeah, $1,400, and then you have to spend $100 per segment. You know, you have like what 7 or 8 segments, so they can be quite expensive. They're basically like juggernauts, and then if you lose segments, you got to spend more money rebuilding them. So. Tripods are out on the map. Still no force field generator. I mean, it's expensive upgrade, but you kind of need that. He's recovered that tripod husk there. Probably going to repair it back to full health. Workaround has set up an economy here, but look at this. There's 3 Reaper tripods, and look at that. Futurama actually surrenders. I don't think that game was over just yet, but I mean, things obviously were looking a bit more plump for Worker Ant there in terms of the economy. Let's have a look at the economy, actually. Yeah, look at that. Worker Ant only overtook him right towards the end because, I mean, Futurama just started taking a lot of Harvester losses, you know, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there, and he wasn't really replacing him at the end of the day, so I think he felt that with only 2 Harvesters left and only a handful of tripods, he felt that it was too far from him. He could have definitely fought, but can't blame him for bailing out. Again, messy game. Messy game, not much I can say about that, but Worker Ant has evened the series at 1-1. Stay tuned, game number 3. That's coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome back to game number 3 between Worker Ant and Futurama Russian. We are on the map Pipeline Problems. You like green 0 Pipeline Problems from Tiberium Wars, that's right. Not really very fond of this map. I don't really like this map, I just don't like the layout. It's not that good. Not a lot of Tiberium on it either. You do have a blue tip field, but on the bottom center side we have Futurama Russian. He has been dealt a nod faction. If we have a close look at his scouts, it's going to be the Black Hand for Futurama Russian. Meanwhile, we have Worker Ant playing as a Skrin. Oh my god, he is getting the Skrin today, isn't he? He is Skrin once again. Where are your engineer? He's got a crane. He's going for a crane build, which means he's not going for the spikes. There's nothing here. I don't believe he'll have any scouts at all to speak of, so he does do the double ref build, which you can, I mean, you can crane build to eco if there's blue tib, but otherwise crane builds only work if you're doing some type of crazy rush. I'm going to put those power plants down now. He is either Skrin Vanilla or he is Travel 59. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Blah, 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 blah. It's radar provides, it doesn't actually say there, so it says on the barracks of the portal. We'll have to see if he actually goes for one. Futurama Russian did not, he went for more standard build, he went for ref into power plants, so and he did capture his spike as well. So he has the spike here, but of course we can see 2 harvesters already out for Worker Ant. Second harvester is now being constructed, but I mean Worker Ant is refining quicker because he's done 2 loads instead of 1. He's probably going to pump out a third one straight away. Battle markers down here, looks like Futurama Russian just blocking that view there. Will he go for an operations center? I mean, he knows he's actually gone for another refinery, so there you go. He's preferring the eco option here. I was going to say, if you're a Nod player, you know, or Nod Vanilla or Black Hand, you see you're against Skrin in a random mirror. I mean, flame rushes are quite powerful versus Skrin. Skrin really don't like flame rushes. You know, you got to build those seeker tanks. Obviously, they can counter them. You know, they're not like broken or anything like that, but they tend to work particularly well because it's hard for them to chase things down because, you know, while seekers are good, they're not exactly hyper fast like bikes and pit bulls and things like that. We've got a scout coming down. Worker Ant wants to make sure he's not going to get rushed because, of course, he can't actually see his opponent, and he has gone for another refinery there. And he's going to try to take out those scouts. They're not going to get away. Futurama try to move them, hoping the power would stay down for long enough. Bike comes out, just trying to dispatch that one gunwalker. So nothing serious happening right now in this fight. Did we even, actually, we've got to check. It is Skrin Vanilla here. So Skrin Vanilla for Worker Ant. So he's been dealt Traveler, Reaper, and Skrin. So we're 3 games in, and he's had a hand at now all 3 Skrin factions. So there you go. I mean, obviously his Reaper was a little bit better than his Traveler. We'll see how the Skrin Vanilla goes. Lightning Spike goes down. That's just really just to annoy Futurama Russian without stealth harvesters. There's not a lot he can do about that. Battle marker over there. You're stepping on the Tiberium. Futurama Russian capture point barely ever gets taken because people just tend to move their not NPCs. MCVs. Oh my god. We have a fast tech here as well from Worker Ant. Where's the drone ship? Where is the drone ship? Wow, he's actually moved it already. And wow, that's a really, like, that's kind of really out there, isn't it? I'm not sure how he's going to go about defending that. I mean, obviously it's in a more central area, but he's going to need, he's got some infantry squads here, so he can definitely destroy this mechapede. I mean, it's got shard segments, which will, oh my god. How did he destroy that? Did he destroy that with buzzers? Did he just destroy a harvester with buzzers? That was pretty crazy. I'm not sure what happened there, but a harvester was sniped down. This mechapede is here. Futurama Russian, there's another one coming, buddy. He needs to focus that. Oh my god, the buzzers are here, and the infantry can be destroyed. Oh my god, Futurama is just being worked over. All of his blue tip harvesters, and these harvesters are full of blue tip. That does not drop blue tip when it dies. Not only is he losing harvesters, he's denying him that blue Tiberium. That's disastrously bad. That was an incredibly bad run there for Futurama Russian. He has been hit for 6 in that engagement. I don't know. He lost at least 3 harvesters, at least 3. Maybe it was 4. Wasn't really paying too much attention, but again, they're only going to drop a itty bitty bit of green crystal, and they were full of blue tib, which again, it's just denying him the blue Tiberium. It's destroying the blue Tiberium, so he can't harvest it. Worker ant transitioning harvesters now. He's got double ref on his expansion. Battle marker over here, just scouts. He doesn't have a ref down on the center, and he doesn't have his spike, not a huge deal. If he had a ref down on the center, which I think he's about to place down, I mean, his economy is going to be through the roof very shortly, or in comparison to Futurama's anyway. No, it's going to be a tier 3 war factory. Only buzzers here, but I mean, they really can't do anything against the bikes. The bikes are actually going to evac. There's nothing really that can shoot them there. They might have been able to get a harvester. They're actually being pulled all the way back to base. Trying to reclaim that blue Tiberium now. No tech center. Futurama does not have a lot of options. He's got a handful of infantry squads, and he's got like 2 bikes and no tech to speak of. He's in that attack just did so much damage, and now Worker Ant can do whatever he wants. I mean, Worker Ant could have even gone for more economy. It wasn't even necessary to go for a hexapod this fast, because he doesn't even need it really. He could have just gone for more economy and then the hexapod, but I guess he feels if he gets it out, this infantry are just going to get overrun by this wall of gun walkers. They have now punched a hole there, which means the mechapedes can now resume going down to that area if they wish. Some infantry here, not a lot of rocket squads. Enough to cause Worker Ant to back off. Worker Ant seems to be doing not too bad in this series. I mean, Futurama is in so much trouble in this game, does get some good headshots. He was pretty lucky not to get that mechapede, I think. I think he's going to get it now, though. Yeah, he's going to get it now. Can he actually follow it up? I'm not sure if he's got enough infantry. No, he didn't target the head, unfortunately, on that mechapede. The mechapede has lost a fair bit of segments, so he might actually get it. No, he's going to back off. He's going to get away. We have a mastermind garrisoned into the hexapod now, so we have teleportation ability for the hexapod. He's got his teleport eradicator ability now. It's a short range ability. Battle markers over here. Obelisk trying to defend that out. Battle markers over here. Infantry standing on the Tiberium field. He's just going to beeline this hexapod right down to the enemy base. So, like, why the hell not? I mean, there's nothing that can stop him. It's just infantry. He's going to be able to kill those. He is missing 2 hard points, so maybe he wants to do something about that. Mechapede's running through now, trying to kill the infantry squads. I think they will be destroyed ultimately. He gets one of them. Bikes will respond as well. Nice headshot targeting. That's a little bit better. He's going to get one more volley off. That should be everything he needs to destroy that mechapede. We'll get that mechapede. But the hexapod is here. Harvesters are not stealth, so they're not safe to refine here. They're going to have to evac out. No repairs for the hexapod, though. I believe he's got one corruptor, some more corruptors sitting back here. Probably going for devastators. Has a ref down now as well. Futurama Russian has managed to squeeze out a redeemer, and he's got EMP buggies, so he might actually might not be looking too bad. Oh, he misses the EMP, unfortunately. He missed actually EMP the other buggy, and the harvesters, what are they doing? Oh my god, get out of there. Get those harvesters out of there. Jeez, that was just messy. I'm not sure what happened there. There was a few units, but we can see that, look at that flame. Yeah, flame gone all the way back to the hexapod. It obviously was teleported back. There's a mastermind there now, so he's teleporting the hexapod back to base. Plenty of corruptors. I don't think it's such an issue to telephase hex as against the Nod faction, because they do have EMP buggies. They got heaps of it, and they can just lock down, the enemy hexapod, make it a lot harder to use. Short range teleport ability was used then. Not sure if that was worth it. He got something. Wouldn't mind seeing a flame tank try to make its way around the left side, get the tech buildings there. And again, that tech building is in a questionable location. Forced to garrison. Is that rocket squads garrison there? Yeah, he's garrisoned rocket squads into the Redeemer. Not sure if that was intentional or not. If you double rocket a Redeemer, it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty decent. Obviously, it's not popular because, flame and repair is seen as just simply a better option. But yeah, if you do put rockets in, they can be worth their while. A few Raider buggies coming in now. The hexapod will teleport back. A rage gen goes off, which means he can't. I mean, the hexapod, I don't think it was affected. No, it wasn't affected. He will get the Devastator warship. So surprisingly, Futurama Russian is making a move here. Not sure what happened there. Something was getting attacked and destroyed. Big EMP blast. Now he needs to target. I'm not sure where the Redeemer's going. He needs to target the Corruptors. Stasis will come down now. He's actually targeting the hexapod. Now he's switching targets. I mean, he wasted a few volleys shooting at the hexapod when it's just a big meat shield. That Devastator warship, unfortunately, not sure where he's going. He's going to be destroyed. Still targeting down the, the Corruptors now. So it looks like all the Corruptors have been destroyed, so the hexapod is not going to be as strong as before. Phase comes down on the Gunwalker. That's purely for a crush. One of the Corruptors is phased as well. He's going to turn his attention to this tripod because he's got an EMP down, but there's enough infantry left to destroy that. Might want to pull these guys back a little bit. Buzzer Swarm's going to come in. Probably didn't even need it. More infantry squads. Cabal squads being produced here now to try to destroy the Buzzers, and they will kill them. The Redeemer will actually evac now. There's no Raider buggies remaining though, so that's a problem. He can't EMP this. He's going to teleport forward. Wow, that was ballsy. There is a Devastator warship here. Oh my god, I don't know where, that was obviously destroying something. Maybe that was destroying the power plant we saw over there before, but Devastator harass, because they can snipe buildings down extremely quickly, and they can fly, so they're not super easy to deal with. Like, you know, you got flame tanks which are on the ground and not as fast. But oh, look at that resource craft. I mean, that blue tib attack, that was just disastrous, and that sent him back. He actually managed to get back in the game, Futurama did, with that last attack, but unfortunately all of his EMP was expended. He was attacking into Workerant's base, which was a bit questionable. Maybe don't push that far just yet until you're more stable at home. But unfortunately, yeah, he ran out of EMP, and once he ran out of EMP, Workerant started to turn it around and just win that fight. So Workerant will take a 2-1 lead in the series, so he's actually ahead now against Futurama. Futurama is definitely, on paper, is probably the favourite for this series to win, so Futurama's got his work cut out. He went from being in the lead to now being behind, so 2-1 in favour of Workerant. Game number 4, that's coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome to game number 4 between Workerant and Futurama Rush, and we are on the map Tournament Dust Bowl. This is the technique version of the map, so expect some safe spikes to be had on this map here. In the bottom center side, we have Futurama Russian, who's dealt a GDI faction. Let's have a closer look. What have you got, buddy? Zocom again. First game repeat for Futurama Russian, getting the Zocom, and Workerant has finally evac'd from the Scrin factions. We will be having some type of GDI mirror or GDI sub-factional mirror. Steel Talons, so both GDI sub-factions here. Steel Talons versus Zocom. Who do you like in this matchup? Definitely Steel Talons, okay? There's a few reasons why. Oh my god, he actually just lost that straight out, Workerant did. There's a few reasons why. One, obviously, you've got a lot of AP ammo. You're really good against infantry if you're Steel Talons. You've also got a lot of heavy armor, not obviously as adept at being used against Zocom, but the one thing you do have is the big bad behemoth, and they are really hard to deal with for Zocom because they really don't have a lot, because Zocom's artillery unit is the Firehawk, and the Firehawk's of course not good against units. So Futurama Russian will actually lose his squad there here. Really, a look at that. That's why we have a comm center coming down from the Worker Ant. He is going to Orca Rush. It almost certainly is an Orca Rush unless it's some type of rig push that's coming down. And Futurama Russian does not have eyes on this. Let's have a look and see what he can see. Futurama Russian, if he's paying attention, he'll see the MCV is moving without a second refinery, but it's confusing because there's a war factory. You know, if you're going to Orca Rush, there's not usually a war factory there. And it looks like it's just going to be Orcas. He's not producing anything out of the war factory. This could be very confusing for Futurama. Yeah, he's going to build a pit bull. I think he's building more pit bulls, so I think maybe he suspects that something is happening. Workerant going to lose another scout there as well, so he should be able to get in and spot this, but Workerant is going to be in a bit of trouble now that I think it's been sniffed out. Yeah, look at this. He's even building a barracks. He knows. He saw the MCV moving. He knows something is up. He still doesn't know it's Orcas, but yeah, the fact that the MCV moved without a second refinery, but there's a war factory there. Again, alarm bells are going off. He's like, something's going to happen. Something's going to hit me. You'd never expand without a second refinery if you were doing a standard eco build. So now he's probably a bit concerned. He hasn't been hit yet, but again, more pit bulls are coming out. He's up to 6 with some rocket squads. And the Orcas are away. Where do they go, though? They're going around the right-hand side. I don't believe Futurama Russian can spot this. He's got no clue that they're coming. There's a pit bull searching the corner. I think he thinks there's something on the ground now, because if it was going to be Orcas, he would have been hit by now. Futurama's probably a little bit confused, but I think he's in a good spot just because he has so many defensive units. All the pit bulls are somewhat pulling back, and he has to do it. No, you don't want to rush with Orcas to destroy pit bulls. That's not. Unfortunately, I think Workerant has mismanaged this rush, and he'll lose all of his orcs. So I wouldn't be surprised now if this counterattack actually just kills him. I mean, what could he possibly do? If he's got 4 harvesters, I mean, he could probably defend it. But, I mean, that was just a bad opening. I mean, Futurama, yes, he spent a lot on defense. He's only got 4 harvesters himself. He's got a 5th with an extra refinery, so that definitely has an effect. Titans coming out now. So you can see here, he's forced to build Titans because otherwise he's going to start losing units to the pit bulls. Pit bulls might just want to try to take on this Titan He can fall back to the repairs there. There's a tower coming down just to help him out. Not enough pit bulls there. But yeah, Futurama Russian is definitely in a pretty firm position right now. Can Worker Ant come back? Sure he can, but I think he's going to 2 War Factory all in by the fact that he built another War Factory. He did produce a 5th Harvester though. So we'll have to see what Worker Ant has in mind here. I think, is he just going to go for a 2 War Factory all in? We could be looking at a 2 War Factory all in. And look at this, infantry upgrades are coming out, which is disastrously bad for Worker Ant because, I mean, even if he goes Wolverines, he doesn't have AP ammo, he's a long way from it, he doesn't really have the economy to do this. I mean, he can power 2 War Factories with just 5 and 2, assuming that he's not just building double Titan or something like that. I mean, eventually you'll flatline a bit, but the infantry upgrades are done for Futurama. His economy, he's managed to produce more harvesters, a second ref. This is almost certainly a second refinery. Worker Ant is obviously aware. You can see this rifleman squad that Zocom Field Suits has done, so he knows things like his Titans and his pit bulls are going to be pretty ineffective against that. He has got pit bulls onto the left flank here, and there are some pit bulls here from Futurama. He is trying to eco out of this now. He's actually not doing too bad a job. Obviously, Futurama's economy is ahead. It's not ahead by a massive amount, not as much as I thought it should be ahead by. So Worker Ant, you got to give him props for that. If this is a second ref, no, it's actually going to be a comm center. He's actually going to get into this base head area here. The Wolverine does get somewhat shot at, but we have to have a close look. Oh, he's having to pull all of his harvesters off. Not necessarily to pull them all off. You just want to pull one off. And then he's going to lose the remainder of these pit bulls. He's going to try to suicide to get one. I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think there's enough DPS. No, he's not quite going to get it. But he did pull all the harvesters off the line again. Not necessarily to pull every single harvester off the line to do that, but nonetheless, it's always nice. We've got some rocket squads here. No AP ammo on the Wolverines. Look how long it takes for them to kill. There's 2 of them here to kill the rocket squads. It takes so many rounds. They're just pouring gunfire into that there, and they do manage to overrun it. So yeah, without AP ammo, those field suits, they're tough. They're tough to get through. People underestimate that. You know, sometimes you need a lot to get through those. We can see infantry. There's going to be a big push. I mean, Futurama's not going to muck around. He's not going to let it get to the tier 3 situation where Steel Talons once again is going to have the access to that behemoth, that fantastic unit. He should get AP ammo done. Yeah, AP ammo is just completing now, which is just as well because this attack is getting mighty close to hitting him. He's got some Predator tanks mixed in just for good measure. I mean, they're cannons. They have the biggest cannon on them for a tier 1 unit. Which I believe is the same as the Titan. I think the Titan has the same weapon as the Predator tank. I have to double check that in the lore. I do know that the Predator tank has it's a pretty big gun on it for a tier 1 unit, if you're looking at all things lore. But Wolverines are here. They're a little bit spaced out. They're not going to be able to do much versus the Predator tanks, but they are going to be able to gun the infantry down. We have a pretty wide moving front here right now for Futurama Russian. There's an attack coming in the back door on the radar as well. I don't want to try to jump away from this. This is the good fight. We can see the pit bulls are into the back of the base here, but we'll keep an eye on this one here. I think Worker Ant may be able to hold this down. A few foxholes are coming down now. He may have to momentarily pull back, but again, his harvesters are being attacked. That silo was a waste of time. Don't try to silo block against pit bulls. It's not going to work. He has moved these forces back, unfortunately, not being able to organize himself quite well enough. 4 harvesters remain, so he has lost some harvesters, which is bad, but at the same time, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Now he can deal with these Predator tanks. And Futurama Russian has stopped the push so far. He isn't going to follow this up with anything else right now. He's probably just going to go into some type of eco and work around with this tier 1 unit composition here. We'll be able to clean up the remainder of the forces here. The tier 1, I mean, the thing about Steel Talons tier 1, it is quite powerful if you can get enough of it. But the thing is, usually by the time you get enough of it, the other player has tier 3 or something else going on. Pitbull's going to make their way back in to strike harvesters, and nothing was left behind here from Worker Ant except wounded harvesters. And wounded harvesters means you can just pick them off relatively easily, and Ormal basically just moves into the Orca Strike there. No response here from Worker Ant just yet, trying to get these forces back now, but he is losing his harvesters. He's not pulling the harvesters. I mean, if his units were so far away, he should have pulled all the harvesters back to the War Factory. It would have brought them closer to his defending units as well. It doesn't even matter if Futurama doesn't get these forces away. It just doesn't matter. The MCV is coming here, which means almost certainly we have a tech center and a sonic push coming down now. And there's nothing he'll be able to do against sonic emitters. Here they come. Sonic emitters coming down now. Had to build a slingshot as well. I think he was worried about aircraft, but I don't think Futurama actually has an airfield at all. Maybe he does. Have a quick glance. He does have one, but there's really nothing on it. And these Wolverines coming down now, but with 2 sonic emitters coming momentarily. He actually drops the first one, so that was a good effort. But I mean, there's 2 more coming now. Orcas are here, but what are they going to do? Workaround built Orcas? What for? I'm not sure. He's going to come in. There's another Sonic emitter there. He should have 2. Yeah, he's got 2 of them, and the time he just destroys them all. It's good to put them in a like a concave or a flex here where the Sonic emitters, you want to deploy them where they can put a line all the way through the enemy units, and that's going to be the end of the game. So Workaround fighting from behind. Futurama not going to let him get back into that game, and we have leveled the series at 2 apiece. It is 2-2 in this series. It is tied all up, so it is back to basically a best of 3 at this point. Yeah, I mean, Futurama, what can you say? Workaround, poor rush. It was a poor rush, and then he had to fight from behind from there, and Futurama's like, nope, not going to let you get back in the game. I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to hit you pretty hard, and those Sonic emitters at the end, I mean, what do you do against that? He's just pretty much going to die. So that was game 4. The series is tied up. Stay tuned. We're heading into game number 5 right now. Okay guys, welcome to game number 5 in the series between Workaround and Futurama. We are all tied up in the series, and it is Workaround's choice of map, and he has picked Classic Tournament Rift here. So he's picked the Classic, and again, like I said in most series, you know, you pick these Classic maps, you basically waste your map pick, you're picking the other guy's favorite map as well, but nonetheless, this is the map, it's his choice, and he can choose whatever he wants. Workaround is on the right-hand side. He has dealt a Nod faction for the first time in this series. He has dealt a Nod faction of some type. Do we have a scout? We do. It's Black Hand. We can already see that Futurama Russian is a type of Scrin faction Traveler. I almost think it's going to be the case, because yes, I did spot that out of the corner of my eye. Stasis Chamber is down. Traveler 59 versus Black Hand, a classic bike versus Leaf matchup. Ooh, but who can do it better? Who can do it better? We've already seen Workaround's hand at Traveler 59 wasn't the greatest. It was okay, I guess. Let's see if Futurama Russian can do a better job. He's going to go for the bottom spikes here now. This is a random mirror. I mean, as Traveler, you'd be confident. You'd be very confident you can take these bottom spikes. I don't believe Workaround has attempted. No, he's only got 1 squad, so it really doesn't matter what happens. If we just do this, we can move the screen down. It doesn't matter what happens. Even if he grabs the garrison, what are you going to do? There's 2 buzzer swarms here. You can't kill. He's going to go for the garrison. I mean, what for? He doesn't even get in there. He might as well have just shot at them. With 2 buzzer swarms, you're not going to kill those. And he's going to take both the spikes. Actually, even more disintegrators back there. I'm not sure if he just left those behind or what. So 3 spike on the cards. Oh, it's a bike rush as well. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, he could just put down some disintegrators, and if he's actually realizes it's happening, oh man, he's just gonna put cabals down. If he's not, oh my god, if these bikes get in, I mean, he's building harvesters. He doesn't realize there's a bike rush. It's really unusual, of course, to see the bike rush in this case, because you think, well, disintegrators can just destroy everything. So he destroys Worker's spike, but as we can see, does that really matter? Those harvesters are overlapping. Oh my god, those juicy shots. He's got 2 harvesters right down low, and a Seeker tank comes out. Can he defend with 1 Seeker tank? I think he can. If he loses a second harvester, then the game is over, basically. I mean, he's just dicking around. That was not a good defense. That was not a good defense. 2 bikes for 2 harvesters. Oh, mate, I'll take that any day of the week. And a flame rush is coming out. Did he go all in? Oh my god, Workaround just went all in. I mean, this is obviously extremely powerful, but if it doesn't work, Futurama's back in the game. He's going to go for, what do you call it? He's going to go for a harvester. That his disintegrators are coming back to base, so obviously there was a bit of a skirmish. I'm not sure. He's obviously lost some of them somewhere on the line. Oh, actually getting some free bite kills with the disintegrators. That's actually quite good there. Putting some hull damage on there. We know flame tanks are coming, so there is 1, 2. I think he's just going to spam them. Reckoner is coming as well, so look at that. He's got 1 harvester. He has 1 harvester. Now Futurama he's got 3 harvesters and he's got 3 spikes, so he needs to start spamming out Seeker tanks. Oh my god, it's right there. It is right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the worst feeling in the world as a scrim player when you see, oh my god, there is a flame tank there, and he's just going to force fire the ground. Is he getting both structures? He's getting both structures. There's a second flame tank there. This is going to be the end of the game. Oh my god, he does block it. He buys himself some time, but no, he's got 1 Seeker tank. That's the end of the game. That's it. He went full unleashed. This reminds me of that game in the World Championship came throughout 2014. It just triggered my memory then of when Unleashed UA was in basically almost a similar situation, and he just and Leaf was just like crapping his pants. But yeah, that's just the worst thing in the world when you see a flame tank and you're like, crap, I do not have enough to kill that right now before he gets buildings, and then when there's another one right behind it. He got 3 harvesters back out, but he needed He needed to scout. He needed to scout. I think he just thought, no, there's no way he's going to rush. And of course, most players wouldn't have thought so as well. But the fact that Workaround just went, no, balls to the wall, all in. That was one of those games. And we're pretty deep into the series now. That was game 5. You know, we're past the well past the halfway point. And yeah, it's just, to pull that type of thing out, that was risky. 3 minutes 40 seconds, but what a game. What a good game to watch. Short one, but a good one. But yeah, Futurama Russian, unfortunately, fell victim to Workaround's unleashed strategies here. Game number 6 is coming up right now. This actually puts Workaround on match point, so if Worker can take the next game, he takes the series, but he does have one in his back pocket, so just keep that in mind. Game 6 is coming up right now. Okay guys, here we are with game number 6 in the series between Workaround and Futurama Russian. Workaround is on match point right now, so if he can end it here, the tournament is his. First prize is his. An incredible victory it would be for Workaround, who's come a long way to get this far. But Futurama Russian, of course, also in the same boat, came a long way to get this far, beat some good players. He must win this game to keep the series going. Speaking of which, Futurama Russian on the right-hand side playing as a GDI faction. It's going to be Zocom, or it's going to be GDI Vanilla. It is Zocom once again. He loves the Zocom. He's got Zocom so many times in the series we've cast him. And Workaround has also dealt a GDI faction. What are you going to be, Workaround? Oh, the mouse is going crazy there. Oh, Zocom mirror. I hope you guys like to Zocom mirrors, because this is going to be a Zocom mirror. I think Futurama Russian is going to be comfortable, because Futurama does actually play, in my opinion, a lot of Zocom, so he's probably very comfortable with it. But at the same time, Workaround, we'll have to see what he does with his hand at Zocom. First time in the series he's been dealt Zocom, I believe, if my memory serves correct. Futurama Russian going to turn around. There's going to be a fight here, so these guys are going to take each other on, but I believe Futurama Russian, I thought he could win this fight, but maybe he can't. Oh, you know, look at that. Futurama Russian is just going to come out ahead there, takes down 2 squad, but I mean, this squad is basically dead, but as long as it's still alive, he has eyes, he can see, and he can provide scouting information. This scouting squad's actually going to come straight in. You've got to be careful if you beeline back to the enemy base, because it's obviously unusual that Workaround would build another squad. That's kind of unusual. Running through the Tiberium field, that's never good for you. He's going to have to try to, he's obviously powering that down. He doesn't really want to keep these scouts around. So yeah, working pretty hard to keep those scouts away from his base. Futurama Russian already expanded off the 1 power plant. He's going for the blue tib field. You can see straight away it's just beelining across the field. You know it's going for the blue tib field. There's enough crystal here to fill his tanks up, or there should be just enough to fill the tanks up. But is Workaround going to do the same thing? 4 harvesters. 1, 2, 3. He's building pit bulls now, so I think if he goes for a 5th harvester, no, he's going to go for pit bulls himself. You've got to remember, in a Zocom mirror, your harvesters do have rockets on them, which really helps in situations like this. If the harvester can fight, it's basically like having an extra pit bull with a ton of health. I mean, their rockets don't do as much damage as the pit bulls, but nonetheless, it's good to have that there. You can see, yeah, Futurama Russian's just kind of back. He's actually going to leave. There's a bit more crystal there. There's a tiny bit more, but he's going to leave. I don't think he has any more. He's only got 1 pit bull, so yeah, he wants to back off. He wants to back off, and I mean, he can't pursue him too far, because once his harvester gets back to the area, all the other harvesters can shoot at him as well. So yeah, it's the thing when you're not and you fight Zocom, it's like you drive into their field, all of a sudden you're taking a lot of rocket damage. So it's just one of those situations where they've basically got the best weapon on them in the game. Some people like the GDI machine gun. I like the GDI machine gun, so it's always quite good. Pitbull v Pitbull here right now. Workaround pulling back some of the damage pitbulls. It's 2-1 right now in terms of kills. And yeah, needs to start to, he's actually going to get the tower to take that one down. And then he's going to focus down these other ones here. So these guys really just trading out their pitbulls right now. Futurama will ultimately win because Workaround has no way to reinforce. Nice work pulling back the damaged ones. At the start of the game, these units count. Later on in the game, you can be a bit more liberal with your expenditure of pitbulls. Ref is down, but we can see the same thing is happening here with Futurama Russian. Barracks is down, obviously not wanting to get jumped. He does have some rocket squads out here, actually going for the bunker over here as well. This is interesting. If you put it in the bunker, if you have triple rocket in the bunker, I mean that when units come down here to flank, they got to try to make sure they really steer clear of that, and just gives you more of a chance to spot them. He's actually going to take the far bunker as well. He must have realized there was nothing garrison there when he went in. Going to scout here as well. Now, once he takes the bunker, he could even destroy the spike. He's actually going to send the Rifleman squad away. We have 2 APCs coming down. But, I mean, he must know he's going to take that bunker. Scouts coming in as well. Worker Ant just taking a brief look here. Pitbull is dispatched. Can see infantry on the cards. We're probably going to see on this map, because it's so large, so big and flat, and because obviously it's bad for artillery, they don't have artillery, I'm expecting mass infantry from both players. I mean, at some point someone's probably going to get a Marv as well, because you put zone raiders in it, you can splash the crap down of infantry, but it's still not that good in comparison to just building more units. APCs are out. No field suits, so the APCs just got, I was going to say they just got AP ammo, but no they don't. It looked like they had AP ammo from their shadows. That's some pretty insane shit. Does the gun really stand up that far from the APC? Not 100% sure, but apparently according to the game it does. Double airfield comes down, and he's put that really far forward, maybe to hide it because he knows his back area has been scouted, but it's not really the spot you'd expect to see that. AP ammo coming down. We already have ceramic armor done, so we have APCs and hammerheads. For Worker Ant. Predator tanks are on the cards. Predator tanks are not going to be particularly useful. Obviously, they can defeat the APCs, but I don't think he's continuing to build any APCs. No, he's actually moving the MCV, which means he's got 2 MCVs. He's going to go for a tech center. He's going to do what Futurama did to him in game number 4. And again, I think he's actually building his own hammerheads, which is good. Going to allow him to scout. Oh, we can spot this. He spotted this now. He knows 100%. Futurama's like, all right, there's base push coming. It can only be for sonic emitters. There's nothing else that he could do in this situation. Maybe put a Marv down, but he knows there's 100% going to be sonic emitters coming down. Some of those APCs getting destroyed quite, or getting taken some damage. He does have he has spent a fair bit on these Predator tanks. We can see there's 7 of them just there. There could be some more elsewhere. These hammerheads come in. They will destroy those. No Zocom field suits coming down from either side. So both sides kind of faked out the fact that we're going for the infantry here. He doesn't have a tech center. Does he not have a tech center? No, he went for Hammerhead Predator, where we saw a Hammerhead APC infantry, and now into tech for Worker Ant. Worker Ant it's such a long map to get across, and he's actually stopped. He's stopped his base push. He's not moving any further. Do we have Firehawks? Are they Firehawks? Hammerhead's coming in, trying to snipe that down. No tungsten shell, of course. I mean, both these players, you're either going to need Firehawks or tungsten shell. Firehawks coming in, and again, you need all 4 missiles to destroy a ceramic armor Hammerhead, and you don't get hard points. Oh, unfortunately, these Predator tanks have wandered out here. I mean, did he know he had Hammerheads? I'm not 100% sure, but they are now backing up. He's just picking off these Predator tanks. That's going to make it a lot easier for his own units. A few infantry scouts here, just infantry there as well. A few Hammerheads moving through. Yes, it's going to be a Marv. He knows he can't get there quick enough. Hammerhead is there. I think he might, sorry, not Hammerhead, sorry. Well, actually, yeah, Hammerhead is there, but there's a slingshot there as well. He's going to need hard points. Here come these Firehawks. They're probably just going to be looking for... They're probably just going to be looking for the Hammerheads. Can they find them? I don't think they can. Look how much damage they can tank off those turrets. And those turrets, I mean, those turrets are useless until they have tungsten shell. He's not researching tungsten shell. What are you mad? Get tungsten shell. Oh my god. And that's a pretty dangerous place to put that, by the way, because the push is coming. He's got scatter. He's going for his own. He's actually going for his own Firehawks. He's got slingshots here, and we have Firehawks, yeah, taking on Hammerheads. More Firehawks coming here from now. They have enough. Do they have missiles? Do they have bombs? Not 100% sure. They're actually trying to target. I believe they're trying to go for... Yeah, they do have missiles. They take down 1 Firehawk. Can he get one? It's so hard to shoot these guys down. He's not going to lose that because... And they stratified away. He lost nothing. He lost no Firehawks. Oh my god, look at that one. Really tight. But that's the thing. If it takes so many missiles to kill them, and he's still not getting tungsten shell. This is a huge error. These turrets are just spitwads. They literally are just firing rubber bullets at these guys here. Oh, Sonic becomes dead. Oh, he gets a shot off. Oh my god, it's terrible work around. He took it in heavy damage mode. That's so much damage. That is so much damage. Oh, look at that. Oh, he almost bombs that. He must have put a field on it or something. I didn't actually spot that. He needs to keep shooting at that. He's going to laser fence it now. What is Futurama Russian doing? He's not paying too much attention. He will get a shot off on it now. He needs to get rid of that construction yard if he wants to stand a chance. Oh no, the tech center. That's a disastrous location for that. That is a disastrous location for that. He's going to lose that straight away. That's going to cost him the game, by the way. That will cost him the game because he no longer has sonic emitters to put down. He's got one over here, and he is going to drop the rounds here from these sonic emitters. Is his Marv stronger? No, it's an even Marv, even split on the Marv. They both have the same garrisons. Battle marker over here. Oh my god, Predator tanks made their way into the base. Dead Harvesters right here. This is pretty tight. Futurama needs to do some serious damage. Fireworks coming in. They will destroy most of the Hammerheads there. And he's losing more Harvesters. Meanwhile, let's keep an eye on what's happening over here. Sonic emitter. This is his only Sonic emitter until he gets gets another tech center down. He's dropping turrets because I guess he just needs them. He needs his Marv to get in range here right now. He needs to get his Marv in range. He needs a War Factory. He needs something because more Sonic emitters are going to come down from Worker Ant. He's got nothing on that. There is one Hammerhead left, but it is being dispatched. And now he's got Firehawks here. These Firehawks will start to destroy the last of these Hammerheads. and Workaround is going to have to leech, but he's actually harvesting. Oh my god, this is disastrous about. He's harvesting now Futurama's field. He's harvesting it. These harvesters need to get out of there. They can't really go that. Their MCV is down. Oh my god, I hope that's not his only MCV. These Sonic emitters are just going to pop endlessly. Like I said before, they're just going to pop endlessly. If he can get the enemy Marv, he'll be okay, and the Marvs are pretty close. I mean, Workaround's slightly behind on the health there. He can repair it. He can repair it. Does he? He doesn't have an MCV. Oh my god, he's in so much trouble. He's going to push back. He's just going to harvest this field, and of course he's just getting money off this field. He's managed to repair the MCV back up to a certain amount of health now. Yeah, look at that. Workaround's Marv, of course, is lower on the health bars here. 2 Sonic emitters just get popped. He just pops 2 Sonic emitters now. Oh my god, yeah, I mean, Workaround, he's got a veterancy on the Marv. Oh my god, that's going to make his Marv just that much harder to kill. It's going to make up the health difference here as well. And these turrets aren't going to really do anything to aircraft, although most aircraft have been dispatched. Workaround has a few Firehawks, not able to micro those right now because he's quite busy. Battle Marcus over here, it's just nothing serious. What's he got? He's got another MCV out, but he still does not have a tech center. Oh, he does have a tech center at his disposal. Again, it's a little bit too far forward. If this base area gets pushed, if he gets pushed off this base head area, he's going to lose that. Comm center goes down. He's actually bombing these these Sonic emitters. Again, can't actually drop that. He doesn't have enough ammo to drop the enemy Firehawks. He gets that one before it can land. The missiles do not work unless they're in the air. And look at this. There's now 3 Sonic emitters here. And he needs to start taking these down. He gets one more shot if it gets cancelled, though. It gets cancelled. Oh my god. Futurama's Marv is getting so low now. And another Sonic emitter there. I think Workaround can just go in for the kill. Once this Marv goes down, the game is over for Futurama Russian. I think Workaround can smell victory. He doesn't even let it get destroyed. He surrenders. He's like, no, refusal to lose the Marv. And he is just going to surrender. Workaround has done it. He has done it. He has won the tournament. Oh my god, that promotion to Soldier Ant has never looked better. He'll be getting a visit from the Queen, I can tell you that right now. Oh my god, he's won this tournament. He's somehow won this tournament, which is insane. You know, what an insane tournament. Look at the money there. Oh my god, is it less than $100? It's 100. Yeah, it is. It's less than $100. Oh my god, it's like 70 something dollars. My math is failing me right now, but it is literally less than $100 in the resource graph there. Futurama are actually ahead. The placement of the tech center was disastrous. I don't know why he placed it in such a dangerous position. He was just going to lose it. He didn't get tungsten shell. And then he lost his MCV. I mean, he really could have done a better job of defending that, in my opinion. But unfortunately, the control was with Workaround there. And Workaround had the attrition to make it work, and having the veterancy on the Marv at that point there, of course, it had done so much damage by that point that, you know, a veterancy on an epic unit it just buffs that to the wall. Like, it's so good. But yeah, well done to Workaround. He's done it. He's won the tournament. He's won Nicesir's 1v1 random tournament. He will take home a hefty cash prize. Again, if you want more information on the tournament, links are in the description, including that to Command Post. You will need Command Post to view the replays and the brackets and things like that. But man, what a series. Well done to all the players. Congratulations to the tournament organizer there. It seems like it really was a really good tournament, and hopefully we can see more of these random only tournaments because they sound like a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy playing them as well. Maybe next time I will. But yeah, for the time being, congratulations to Workaround. You've done it. You've won this tournament here. And Futurama, of course, coming in second position is no easy feat. Congratulations. You had a great tournament, but unfortunately unable to cross the line there. Beating Master Leaf is already a highlight, though, I think, for you. But yeah, I'll keep this one brief. My name is Green Zero. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next VOD.